For years, parents the world over have worried about the connection, the possibility that a common childhood vaccine for measles, mumps, and rubella might trigger the onset of autism. Well, today the link was completely broken. The British medical journal that first reported it has now retracted the research, in effect saying it was bunk. Here's our health reporter, Kelly Crow.
It was a research paper that alarmed parents around the world. In 1998, The Lancet published Dr. Andrew Wakefield's theory that the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine caused autism, a conclusion he made after studying just 12 children.
They took their children to be vaccinated, and then something happened. Their children fell apart.
But Dr. Andrew Wakefield was alone in his conclusions. As larger studies failed to make the same link, the theory was discredited in scientific circles. At the same time, an investigative reporter discovered Dr. Wakefield was receiving money from lawyers who were suing the vaccine makers.
He was not an independent researcher. Dr. Wakefield was being paid by a firm of lawyers for 2 years before he ever published.
As more weaknesses in the study were exposed, Britain's General Medical Council ruled Dr. Wakefield acted irresponsibly and dishonestly. And now, 12 years after it published the paper, The Lancet made this announcement. It has become clear that several elements of the 1998 paper are incorrect. Therefore, we fully retract this paper from the published record. But the damage had been done. As parents stopped vaccinating their children, an outbreak of measles took a fatal toll.
350 of them ended up in hospital, and 3 perfectly healthy, previously normal children died from measles because they had never had measles, mumps, rubella vaccination. This killed children.
With an autistic child of his own, infectious disease specialist Dr. Anand Kumar took a close look at the data and dismissed it years ago.
I thought the data on it was always very weak, but I think in recent years it's just become conclusively, not viable as a theory.
But many families cling to the mistaken theory, especially because children get the vaccine around the same age as autism symptoms show up.
So, just by coincidence, you will see a certain percentage of children with autism who will develop symptoms after their MMR vaccine.
And public health officials still struggle to convince parents that vaccines are safe.
And so it has really eroded confidence in many people in vaccinations, and I think that's where the real tragedy is.
Well, Kelly, why now? Why'd the Lancet retract the study today?
Well, the heat was on the Lancet to do something. The ruling that the study was unethical just happened last week. Tomorrow, the rival British medical journal was about to publish an editorial demanding that the Lancet retract the study. So the pressure was mounting. And it's not over yet. The doctor could still lose his license to practice medicine, although right now, in spite of all the controversy, he's still in the field running a center for autistic children in Texas.
All right. Thanks, Kelly. Kelly Crow.